Disclaimer: none of the podcast hosts are medical professionals. This is just for entertainment and recreational purposes. Do not take this as professional medical advice. Enjoy the podcast.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome back to our podcast. Oh, did you hear that? We have a new disclaimer robot.
Wow.
Upgrade. No,
Yeah.
not really upgrade, but like
Upgrade.
degrade.
D grade. Okay. Either ways, there's grade and grades matter. So lol.
Yes.
It's a win-win
Okay,
for me.
so welcome back and welcome to the fifth episode of Bravo Talks, where you get to hear all about the Philippine healthcare stuff from five students that made a comprehensive research. Wow, big word. Study
Yeah.
about it. Before we start, I am Jazz Master. Yes. I am the new host for the last episode. Okay,
Yeah.
so unfortunately, we weren't able to interview a nurse or a COVID-19 survivor for our final episode. As promised, sorry na lang. But we have something else in store for you. So we dig deep into the dark web. No, not the dark web, but the web.
I like the
Dark
web.
web.
Not dark
That's
web,
so
guys.
fun.
No. But yes, we digged into the web and we found some interesting stories for you. And also some of the stories you heard on from personal accounts. So before we start, let's have our introductions. So, hi, I'm Jazz Master. I'm 19. No, I'm not 19. I'm 18. And my random fact is I am not 19. Yes, I am 18, not 19. Next.
I'm Tammy. I'm sure I'm 19. I counted the years. I'm pretty sure. Okay. One random fact. Nah, I got nothing. I'm just here.
That's a cool fact. I like that.
Hello here.
Hello. Hello. I am Kali. I used to be the host, but then I got fired. That's the random fact about me.
Hello, I'm Adri. I'm also still 19, I'm sure. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Niv, and I'm 18, but I still can't drive.
Ooh,
Same
It's
with
okay,
what?
Niv.
that's
Same
okay,
here.
Niv.
It's okay.
Okay, Niv.
Yes.
Oh, I got brainwashed by everyone who was 19. Okay, so let's go on with our stories. So, who 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 wants to talk first? Kali, do you wanna say something?
Yes, I do want to say something. Okay. So our first account was a video in TikTok of a person who is on the hospital bed in the COVID ward. And the in the video, the woman, I won't disclose her name, but the woman said that she was one of 20 patients in the COVID ward, which is quite crazy because there's only two nurses that is assigned for 20 patients. And I can't make that up. That as crazy as that is, it's the reality of what our hospitals are like. You know, we get one nurse to take care of 30 people or 20 people, and they expect them to do a good job. And it's hard to do a good job with 20 people. So furthermore, in the video of that lady on the hospital bed, she also requested for some help, and she did not get any help for the next 30 minutes. Gladly lang, the help that she needed was to turn off the light. So it wasn't any, life or death situation, but it was a light or death situation. Okay, 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 that was a joke. That was a joke.
No.
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 But it was a light. Okay,
And
okay.
you get guys, so he's fired.
Okay, okay. Yeah, this is why I'm fired. Okay, basically, the light, she needed the light turned off because she was going to sleep, and there's no nurse that could help her do that for 30 minutes. Um, in one word, that's crazy. It's crazy and bad. That's it for me. How about you, Tommy?
True, 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 true.
I wasn't very good at understanding what the woman was saying, mostly because of language barriers. I wasn't that fluent in the language she spoke. But from what I understood, I did see that she was maybe baffled at how, I don't know, understaffed a COVID ward in the middle of a pandemic was. I mean,
Mm,
I th- I pretty much got, from, the respondents, their accounts of understaffed emergency rooms, perhaps, a lack of manpower. I've seen all that around. I never really thought, though, it would have been that bad, as in two nurses for 20 people. That's like one person handling 10 people's, um, you know, patient sheets and other, I don't know, important data. I was thinking,
yeah.
how could you manage all that kind of information? And then at the same time, maintaining monitorship over all these 10 patients all at once. I was thinking that's too much to juggle. And I can only imagine how much stress that could put on to one person trying to maintain like 10 people all at once. I've never really understood entirely what the role of a nurse is. I know that nurses have to maintain some sort of uh, profile on their patients, having to, monitor them, yeah, that sort of stuff. They also assist doctors, make sure that the hospital's still functioning and whatever else. They're basically like um, the most busy or most freelance kind of staff in a medical facility. That's my point of view of them because in my personal experience, I've seen nurses like treat wounds, um, um, also assist the doctors and stuff like that. Like stuff I thought a doctor would normally do, they also help with. They can help with like minor stuff. If you're not having an appointment with a doctor, they can help you with that sort of thing. So I always thought that a nurse's job was to pretty much be all around the hospital, helping however they can. And then when I see this sort of situation in the COVID ward, no less, I just thought, what are they thinking? And well, not just them, but more of like the hospital staff, like in general, how are they, coping in that manner? I mean, I don't know how else a hospital works. I wish we could, gain more insight on this, but from my limited knowledge, I really do express grief. Maybe because, yeah, it may be a bit of hassle to make sure that all the patients are comfortable, making sure that they're sleeping well. But I just always try to like mm, try to go back into wait. I was trailing away. uh, there was like some semblance of a conversation there in my head. I lost track. Basta like they do pretty much everything
Yeah.
in hospitals or wherever they're stationed, and I just
Yeah.
hope that in cases of COVID they improve upon it, not just for patients but also for the nurses as well.
Yeah. And I like that you pointed out that there's only two nurses in a COVID ward in the middle of a pandemic. Like
Yeah,
it's pandemic time. Like it's like it's go time, boys. Get working.
As much manpower as you can get,
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least to help. Because even though there's COVID, like reality check, there are other people with other sicknesses
Yeah.
aside from COVID.
Mm.
And then, yeah,
Yeah. Either way, it's COVID or not, two people for 20 in charge of 20 patients is
yeah,
not
it's not
okay.
enough.
It's really not enough. Really, really not enough. Ikaw, AJ.
Adri, how about you? Do you have
Um,
anything to
I
say?
agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
There's nothing much to say.
yeah,
It's a crazy
I think it
situation.
explains itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Obviously,
it is
just
what
like
it
one
is.
or two nurses for like more than 20, 30 people. That's crazy. Like that's just like one person can't like duplicate themselves to
yeah.
like
Yeah.
help every single one.
Yeah, and these patients aren't just like the same type of patient. They'll have different needs, different,
Yeah,
necessities.
exactly.
It's like they're trying to juggle so many things at once. And then like
Yeah,
when you think about it, where are the other nurses? But they're probably not even here in the country anymore. And
Yeah,
then
and
you
then
try to think of brain drain.
some nurses even get COVID itself.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And to add on to that, they get paid 10,000. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah. It
And
really
then
it varies. It varies on the hospital, but kanang conjud. Yeah. And then I don't know. It seems so unsettling.
Yeah, it's an unsettling reality that we live in, you
Yeah.
know? But
How about you, Niv? What do you think? Do you have anything to
I
say or add?
uh, what you said about like being this like being a crazy situation. Yeah, I agree on that. Like well, how would they be able to juggle like 20 patients? Like just imagine like what if like three or more people are in a life threatening situation? How would they be able to attend to all of them? You know, so like
yeah.
so they might have to sacrifice like some patients just to it's just messed up situation, to be honest.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that puts it in perspective. What if like five of them is, I don't know, got their oxygen hose
Like
unplugged,
yeah.
you
Or
know?
something's wrong or they ran out
Yeah.
of oxygen or whatever they're
Yeah.
on.
And each different patient has their different like severity, you know? Like
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Then
It's hard to keep track.
they can't keep track of all.
They really
Like
can't. They really can't. You know,
yeah.
I mean, if you can, you might be Wonder Woman or Superman, but this
Yeah,
ain't
and
a
then
movie.
it's sad because like as as a patient, you're expected to receive proper care, diba?
Yeah.
And then as the like for example, as a relative of a patient, you're you hope because you're not allowed to see COVID patients. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
stay with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
They're
true.
isolated, and then I know all you can do is hope and pray that they're being treated well. They're gonna do okay, and then
Yeah.
that's the situation.
Gani.
No,
Yeah, and you're paying millions to be
yeah.
treated like that. That's more details to add to the unsettling fact.
Oh, a second account I have because this based on the because I know people who are in the medical field. Um, their shifts are like 18 hours, 24 hours, and then they get little rest, and sometimes they don't even eat na gani. It's insane because they
Yeah.
lack staff. And then I
Grabe,
get it
anay.
why I get it why the patients get mad or people who want to be admitted get mad. But at the same time, what can the doctors do? The hospital admin, because admin is different, Bea said. The hospital admin will accept. But then the doctors and the nurses are lacking in manpower. That's impossible. It's like pangwarta ra ba?
Yeah.
it's like already asking for failure. I mean, you're already making too many promises and you can't, follow up on that. And it's in the medical field as well, and it's very worrisome. There's
Mm-hmm.
more at stake there. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's not always due to incompetence from, medical administration, but like you have to understand that the staff are only can only take so much workload. And then it like recently put there was like an announcement from maybe one of the people behind a recent Republic Act sa Philippines, something related to the Universal Healthcare Act. I mean, it's been implemented for a while, but it's really not gaining traction. So this individual is trying to maybe speed it along with proposing specialty facilities like for like
Yeah.
specific organs, specific kind of conditions affecting those organs. So, like I was thinking, but who would be, where would the specialists come from? I was just thinking like, even if you build all these facilities and try to, make sure they're top of the line,